better performance in terms of getting the best out of the dampers. So I have 4 runs, right, normally, and since I have the dampers have 32 adjustments, so I can do 32 from 0 being really soft to 32 being really hard and stiff. I'm gonna try and like go the whole range. So basically 32 divided by 4 runs is about 8 clicks each. So I'm gonna start off with 0 on the softest settings, and then after the first run, make a couple notes, see how it feels, and then second run I'm gonna adjust it. Well, before the second run, I'm gonna adjust it to 8. Do that run, see how that performs, and then come back and then adjust it to 16, and then that's on the third run. So by the final run, my last run, number 4, it should be at full 32. And then from there, I can kind of see where the dampers kind of like the settings that it kind of likes being in. So I'm trying to just get a better understanding of the dampers, and we'll see. I know there's not enough runs. Normally you'll do more runs to get a better idea to kind of dial in where the dampers perform better. But for right now, because it's only limited to 4 runs, I can only do like, basic marks, like at the very softest, and then like a little bit more than, like a little bit less soft, and then a little bit more, like there's a middle range, and then there's an upper range and lower range. So that's basically what I'm going to try to do today. And of course, I do want to set the best time that I can, depending on the track conditions and the track layout. But for the most part, it's just more for me to get a better understanding of the dampers and how they affect the car and the handling of the car. So yeah, so we'll see you at the track. Sure. Okay, so thing is a little too soft. Couldn't really get any feel in the front end of the car. So I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna adjust the coilovers to go 8 on the front and the rear. So I went ahead and made the changes to the car. So with the dampers on the softest settings, the car was very because I would brake and then there would be like, it feels like a delay. And then like whenever I'll turn, the response of the turn ins and stuff is just, it wasn't as good. Like it wasn't responsive, and so I felt like a lot of times it was like floating. I was like floating, and I mean, it absorbed like the bumps and everything pretty well, which is kind of cool. When I think about it, it absorbs the bumps easily because it's softer, right? It's easier for the dampers to do their job. Yeah, the car felt very floaty. I was very like unsure on, like I wasn't very confident going into a lot of turns and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna go with 8 clicks and see how that handles now. The course as well is also very tricky. I was almost gonna get lost a couple times. Like, it was very technical and very confusing. So we'll try again this next one with the dampers set to 8 clicks, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. So yeah, second run, I had the coilovers dialed into 8 clicks from the softest setting. Felt a little better. The response was a little better with turn-ins and the braking. There was a corner, one of the right-hand corners, that it just felt, I don't know, I was hearing like weird noises from the driver's side, so the front driver's side. Wasn't sure what it is. But it was making some kind of weird noise. It kind of went away after that, but it was just weird. Could be just gravel. The rocks are just kicking up. But yeah. So a little better than soft, the full soft. So that's good. But I adjusted it now to 16. So we're now 16 clicks from the softest setting, both front and rear. So that should stiffen up the dampers, or should, yeah, it should stiffen up the suspension a little bit more, reducing the travel, or not reducing the travel, but the time it takes for the dampers to reach their maximum damping. It should be quicker, so essentially giving like a it almost feels like a stiffer feel. But yeah, so we'll see how this one goes. Yeah, so run 3 on 16 clicks, so let's see how it handles.
STX 49 with a time of 49.619. STX 49 with a time
Alright, so second slower, but felt a little better. Yeah, 16 felt a little better, but realized a couple things. One, I didn't have the mic plugged in, or the adapter for the mic on my GoPro, so I didn't have that plugged in. Yeah, so yeah, run 3. So run 3, we ran it at 16 clicks. Turn-in was good. Still having trouble on kind of maintaining the turns. it is a little still bumpy in some sections of the track, so the car seems to be reacting too soon. But I messed up on one of the turns. I turned in too late on the roundabout. Also, my seat belt wasn't fully tightened down. My lap belt was kind of loose, so I was like still kind of sliding around. So that was like another human error. So this last run, we're just gonna go full hard, see how it happens. So I have been maintaining the tire pressures at about 30 psi every run. So hopefully that has, you know, it's helping, but I'm not too sure yet. But right now we're just playing around with the dampers. So yeah, so last run, full hard, front and rear, tire pressures at 30 psi, and you know, we're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna send it. So let's go.
STX 49 DNF, STX 49.
Alright.
Back 71 with the time of.
So yeah, full hard. I'm not sure of the time, but it felt like I did better. But yeah, so I'm gonna go back and well, I gotta go and I gotta work the course now. But yeah, full hard felt a lot better. Braking in, like the point where I was on the brakes into the corner felt better. Turn in felt a lot better, and it was more easy to predict how the car was handling versus when it was at full soft. It was like very floaty, and I was like, you know, doing things, and I was like, you know, there's not much input coming in from the full soft settings. So as I progressed up through the settings, the car felt better and more responsive, so that's a good thing. But yeah, time to work the course. So